So let's talk about the finals so far.
Yeah.
We're 3 games in,
Yep.
and we got game 4 tomorrow.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Go ahead and give me your opinion about how things have gone so far, and then we'll kind of branch off that.
Well, I mean, they've kind of just gone as what I've expected this entire time.
Okay.
I've always said that the Lakers were just superiorly dominant over other teams. You could just see it as they played, bro. Like,
Well, our guest last week thought they were just going to sweep them, and a sweep is already out of question because the Heat did win yesterday.
I was like, I was feeling like I don't really see the Heat not getting one game with that grit in that fight, which they got yesterday. So there you go. So 5, I was pretty much thinking gentleman sweep like I've thought all the playoffs.
Which I will give you credit
and
is what you said last week.
And so they've gentlemen swept everybody. I don't think this will be any different. I think the Lakers come out this next game, hit them in the mouth really hard.
Do you agree with the sentiment? Like, this is kind of how I feel. I feel like this next game is going to be a really big determining factor for the whole series.
I mean,
like, if the Heat come back and tie it up, like, it's a fucking series.
Then it would be a series at that point. But
Right.
that's the part that I don't see. After the first 2 games, especially the first one, like, they just looked like, and this is their game.
What was different in their loss to the Heat?
Jimmy Butler went off this last game.
Right, and you don't think that Jimmy Butler can go off consistently?
No, I think that Jimmy Butler needs to go off consistently, but he doesn't. So I don't, unless he's just going to do what he did last night, which I said, in order for Miami to even make this anything,
Jimmy Butler would have to be like
Jimmy
transcendent.
has to smack every game.
I mean, he put up a 40 triple-double, man. Like,
he has to do that every game, bro.
It's true.
Like,
I think he can, man. I think last night, like, he finally decided to take the game over. And I think, like, moving forward, like, it worked. And I think he might be more willing to do that.
This is what's crazy about it. So, that game was still close. Kind of.
I mean, they beat y'all about as bad as y'all had beat them the last couple of games.
And so, maybe the last game.
I mean, they won that by like 14, right?
We were up by like 30 the first game.
Okay. All right. Well, you get it.
It was horrible. But so even then, this is my thing. Anthony Davis was in foul trouble, like pretty much the whole night. So it was almost like LeBron was literally playing without Anthony Davis.
Don't you think that they could try to use that against Anthony Davis though? Like, do everything they can to try to get him into foul trouble?
I mean,
it's my understanding.
It was smart,
right? Well, it's my understanding that he got into foul trouble because of charges that he took, right?
There was the crazy charge that Olynyk took. He did like a weird reach in on one of them. So I mean, they were kind of almost fouls where it was like, it could be a foul on him, but it could also be a foul on the other dude. It's just really close, and they decided to call it on him. So.
Does the same officiating crew call all the finals?
I think, yeah. So you get like a set,
like a set
group
like
for
set judges,
right?
Okay. Mm-hmm. I was just curious because like I didn't know like because of the consistency of the games, like if the reffing crew was the same the whole time.
Now I do know that they do switch, but with some teams like the ref switch, like they'll switch, but
Oh, well, I mean, for like home games and stuff, like that makes sense. But
I mean, well,
even for the bubble, they're probably the same, right?
I mean, they're refs that certain teams don't like, and then there are refs that certain teams do like, and so it's like really weird, man. Some refs do call the game really weird. Like,
well, I was only asking like for consistency purposes, is what I was asking for.
Yeah,
like. Because, like we've talked about this before, like you go from one officiating crew to the other,
to another,
they can call the game differently, right? But if they're using the same guys every time, then last night could have just been weird. You know what I mean? Like, okay.
It was crazy weird. Bro, he was just out like the whole game. It was literally like us watching LeBron, not with the Cleveland team, but like it was
kind
just
of
like
watching
LeBron.
This team's better than this Cleveland team.
I mean,
sure,
this Lakers team has some people. But it was still that's what I felt like I was watching. But I felt like I was watching like LeBron was like back in Cleveland. Like,
who filled in for AD? Was it Howard?
So McGee? Howard was in. McGee was not in. We played Morris a lot. Morris actually did pop off, but it wasn't like
it wasn't AD popping off.
I think he popped off like almost like 20 points though.
That's good.
It's not bad, but like I'm saying, I mean that game literally right there was the one for Miami to take, and they took it. They probably could have took the first game, but after they got that 14-point lead, we ended up. It was weird. Like,
I'm very intrigued to see how it goes moving forward. I think like if they win this next game, we got a fucking series. Like, I think the next game will determine whether or not this goes to 7.
Yeah, I just feel like that was it. That was Miami's one game. I have the Lakers winning the next 2. We'll see the Lakers win this next one. And then the closeout game, they're going to put on the Black Mamas again. Mark my words.
Okay.
We will see Kobe Bryant's jerseys again that they still haven't ever lost in. They will bring those out in 2 games from now for a closeout game.
Okay.
Unless Miami sneaks another one, then I would be completely wrong with my 5, and I'd have to go 6. I still can't see Miami without Dragic and Bam. Bam will be back.
Yeah, so what happened? Did they get hurt?
Yes. Dragic has some type of tear under his foot. Like, I can't remember.
Like in his heel? Or his arch, I mean?
It's the soft tissue that, like, goes across underneath the bottom of your foot.
Yeah, in your heel.
It
okay.
tore.
Ew.
So, like, right. He has that tear. And Bam,
is that your plantar fascia? Yeah.
That's
okay.
what he tore.
Yeah.
That's what he tore.
Yeah, you can't play basketball on a torn.
Yeah, so he's probably going to be out. I don't see him coming back. And Bam had a neck strain from that happened prior in Boston series.
Oh, okay.
And then he hits Dwight on this one play and, like, re-injures it.
Really,
so he was out. I thought he was actually going to play last night. He didn't. That was really weird. But I'm for sure he will be back.
Yeah, Dragic has been
tomorrow.
instrumental. Like, he has, like, a lot of, like, he plays very well. But if they get OG back, like, that'll help a lot.
Right.
Without a doubt. Okay. I'm intrigued to see what happens. I mean, you've been right so far, and I've gone against what you said a lot of the time, and you've been right every time. So I'm not even gonna argue with you on those statements. I'm just gonna sit back and see what happens. I'm still rooting for the Heat though, just because they were my pick. I'm cool with being wrong, but I picked them from the beginning.
They did well. They ran into a team that they just cannot. They can't do nothing with it. But it's okay. Neither could nobody on the West. Like, it doesn't matter who they would have played. Anybody from the East would have got mopped like this. But big ups to Miami for making it as a 5th seed. That's insane.
True that. How'd you feel about LeBron walking off the court early, like 10 seconds early, like when they lost last night?
I would. They played horrible. I mean, honestly, and so.
Do you agree with that though? Like, it does seem kind of shitty. Like, if he's the leader of the team, and
players do it all the time. So
really?
I mean, it.
I never really noticed before.
And the crazy thing is, bro. I mean, we could use that leadership kind of perspective, I guess. I wouldn't say anything wrong with it. I think LeBron's a great leader, and sometimes I actually hear him talking like shit to him, like. Because now you can hear it because of the NFL stuff.
Who to who?
Like LeBron, he'll be talking. You can hear him talking
shit to the other players,
to the team, bro. But not like in a bad way. But like, bro, what are you doing?
In a competitive way.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So he's always like that. I don't think him walking off 10 seconds. Anybody on his team like thought that was weird or thinks it's a problem. They just know he's mad.
Well, they also probably know that they played like shit too.
Right.
Like, if you know you played like shit and somebody else is mad, you're going to be like, yeah, like, I get it.
Right, exactly.
You're like, I'd be mad too,
Exactly.
Who do you think gets finals MVP if the Lakers win it all?
So, this is a crazy thing, bro.
You're going to say AD, aren't you?
No.
No.
And so, it was AD, but AD was in foul trouble last night. And so, LeBron pretty much didn't play the greatest game, but LeBron still had pretty much almost what his numbers kind of are.
He still lost, though.
LeBron is going to average a triple-double.
I understand.
In the finals, and I think that will be enough. And if AD wins finals MVP, he's going to have to come back and do like 240 pieces.
Like splash out. Yeah,
right.
I get it. Which he could.
He definitely could, but I just see LeBron's averages are going to be so bizarre. Like, before last night, nobody really knew, but he was averaging 29 points, 12.5 rebounds, 9 assists.
AD?
LeBron.
Oh, okay.
That's insane.
That's really good.
AD was at maybe, I think, like 33, 34 with like 11 boards and like 4 assists.
That's still not bad.
It's not. But if LeBron, I'm telling you, I think he's going to average a triple-double. I mean, I personally think AD is dominating, so it looks clearly like he should win Finals MVP, but LeBron is still putting up the same numbers. He just don't look like he's dominating because we've seen him do it for 17 years. So It's old now to people, but he's still wrecking. So I think they do like maybe they did at the All-Star game. and we see maybe co-MVP. Like they'll give it to both of them.
You think they would do that?
I mean, they did an All-Star game. We've never seen it before. It was weird.
That sounds weird.
I mean,
I feel like it diminishes the value of the award.
We've also seen them give MVPs to people who didn't deserve them and just weird stuff, bro. So
I don't know what you're talking about. Who are you talking about?
Who's that? Andre Iguodala's was weird. Kawhi's was weird. I mean,
okay. I thought you were just talking about this year specifically. Like,
okay. Well, you're talking about actual. I mean, that too. I mean, so I can see it happening, co-MVP, because their numbers are both going to be like almost the same, but LeBron will actually average a triple-double in his 17th year. That's insane. After leading the league in assists. Yeah,
I feel that. We did a little bit of speculation with Doc Rivers last week about letting him getting let go and then where he could potentially end up.
Yep.
Y'all said that y'all felt very confident in his ability to be able to find another team, and that ended up happening
easy
before anyone else, really.
Right away.
Yeah, he's already the head coach of the 76ers now, which is very interesting.
Yep.
Which also blows that other theory that we had out of the water about D'Antoni going there and taking Harden.
And he definitely has to be mad because they were looking at him hardcore, and then Doc came there like, nope.
What do you think is a better coach? I think they both kind of suck, if I'm being honest.
I think they both kind of suck, but they're
actually,
respectable
the first coach
coaches,
was Billy Donovan, right?
Right. Yeah, so they're respectable coaches, but they're not like the greatest that
Here's
I would
the thing,
pick.
man. I think they're just tenured. I think people respect them because of like their experience, but I
think I'd rather play for D'Antoni though.
Same.
I don't like the fact that he's not like a defensive coach. He doesn't care about defense. He wants to score a lot. I would still want to play defense though, But
right.
I would rather, I think, when I played basketball the way I like to play, I'd probably rather play under D'Antoni.
Well, for me, it's hard to look at the rosters that both of them have coached over their time and the lack of success that both of them have had.
Right. With some pretty good teams.
That's what I'm saying. The teams that they've had have been teams that should be able to at least go to the finals.
This is true.
And neither of their teams ever have.
At
least not in recent memory anyways.
This is true. Yep.
And to me, that seems kind of like a red flag. You have experience, but Doc Rivers even particularly, he also has experience at blowing 3-1 leads too.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that just seems really sus to me.
It's crazy.
Do you feel good about the pickup? Do you think Doc Rivers going to the 76ers will have a positive impact on the team?
I think I really honestly think it's time to give up the Ben Simmons Embiid thing.
Yeah, that's kind of run its course and it hasn't worked.
It's over with now. It just hasn't worked now. I think their biggest chance was when they had Jimmy Butler there. They took Toronto 7. Kawhi hits a lucky shot.
That team was so stacked, bro.
Think about if Kawhi doesn't hit that lucky shot, bro.
It's true. They would have gone. They would have gone to the finals. That was the year.
That overtime happens. 76ers win.
Yep.
It's
true, though.
We could be looking at a whole different situation that didn't happen. So now they signed Doc to 5 years. So that has to automatically tell you,
he's allowed to do it. It's his team.
It's not going to come down to, they'll get rid of him before they get rid of me. No, bro. He's got 5 years. So y'all only got a couple more. So it's going to end up being y'all before him. So I think they should keep Embiid, give up Simmons.
I think it's a good idea.
And
build around Embiid.
That's
kind of what the Timberwolves are doing with Cat.
And bro, they could really, for real, give up Ben Simmons, maybe somebody else.
They could get a lot of value.
And they could get a Harden, bro, or
yeah, and then they'd have a Luka Porzingis kind of thing going on.
Harden with Embiid. The only reason I think that would work, I don't see Devin going there, but that'd be sick.
That would be sick, right? Him and Embiid. Holy shit.
The reason why I think Harden and Embiid would work is the same reason I thought they were stupid for giving up Capella, because I thought Harden and Capella were
Dude, I was saying
together.
That from the very beginning, dude.
They were really good together.
Their chemistry was insane.
My thing is, why do you not want a big man so you can space the floor if you just shoot threes anyway?
Right. It's
why
stupid.
just not have a big man to rebound all the missed
all of them,
threes?
and then just kick it back out and take more shots.
Take more.
Yeah.
That's what y'all do anyway.
It's true, though.
So it didn't make sense. And so I think
and you're spacing them out too thin, you're not getting any rebounds.
Right. If he went with Embiid, that would be insane. Nasty, bro.
And Embiid would just sit under the net, and he would just collect everything.
That'd
and
be nasty,
he'd either just put it right back in,
right,
or he'd kick it right back out,
right.
And it would
when
work.
James is tired, you can just give it to Embiid to ISO.
And Harden doesn't care about taking 40 shots a game.
Right, he'll pass it.
Right, he'll do it.
Right,
he doesn't
he'll
care.
Pass it or shoot it. Either way.
Do you think PG-13 could go to the Sixers? Because they're talking about him getting traded right now.
That'd be weird. They actually talk about him going to Brooklyn. I don't know.
I know. I saw they were saying that PG-13 could go to the Nets, and I was like, how could you pull that off?
Brooklyn does have a lot of people.
Well, they do. They could send. Well, kind of similar to what we said about what's his name, Drew Holiday. Yeah. They were talking about getting up like Dinwiddie and like
LeVert. You got.
But I'm like, is that? I still don't think it's worth it though. I mean, that would be a squad. I think
any team who would trying to get Paul George right now is stupid. Like
you said, you think they are stupid?
Yeah,
I think so too because he's shown consistently that he can't perform in the playoffs.
Right, and you want him there to get to the playoffs. So
right,
then when you
and
get
then what?
There,
and then you just bench him.
Right, like I don't. It's too late.
Weird, right?
It's too late. He's been in the league too long now. It's I don't feel like he can like prove himself. Like,
well, he's already unproven himself so many times.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's like he's got a lot of PR to do, you know. And yeah, I mean, there is something to respect about like being good in the regular season. Like there is value in that, but that's more of like a bench player. Like, if you got a bench player that could pop off during the regular season and they disappear in the playoffs, like, cool. Like,
he's
whatever.
He's going to have to play a bench role now.
I think so. I mean, he already kind of was behind Kawhi, like, on the Clippers, you know? Like, now, here's the thing. He's not a bad basketball player, which is what we're getting at. Like, he definitely belongs on a roster, but he needs to play a lesser role. I think playing a lesser role will, like, take the pressure off him and allow him to just ball out, right?
I think so.
I think he might be like falling to the pressure of things.
Yeah, I think he's in his ending days now. I don't.
How old is he now? Any idea?
I think he's 30. Let's see. It only takes 2 seconds. Yeah, bro. I think you know what else is also crazy is like with Doc gone and both of them being able to leave next year, like after next year, like
wait, who?
They did 2 years in opt-outs.
Oh yeah, for Kawhi and PG-13, right? So yeah, I was saying the same thing.
Year,
dude.
like
they could just leave.
Kawhi won't just dip now that Doc isn't there, or you know, like so. Yep, Paul George is 30.
30. Okay.
But I mean,
he's shown noticeable decline though.
It doesn't look like he's still in his prime.
No, I don't think so.
It's like he is in his prime, but it's not as good as what his prime was.
Yeah, well, he's not his ceiling anymore.
Right.
Yeah, he's still playing well, but he's not his ceiling.
It's not.
And if he's like maybe your third or fourth guy,
I would say maybe like 3 because I felt like
maybe that's why him going to the Nets makes sense though, because like KD and Kyrie are going to be your 1 and 2, and then you got DeAndre Jordan getting rebounds.
They could do that, bro, but I mean I just think that would just be too much.
I think it would be too much.
Why do y'all need Paul?
I don't think it works. I think what they have, like they already have like a perfect squad.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they already have a squad.
Like, and bringing Paul George in too, like that's also like a chemistry issue too. Like, not only do you have a squad, like you got a group of guys who like already know how to play with each other, and you're already bringing like Kyrie's played a little bit, but like he's still like kind of new.
Exactly.
And then you're gonna have to reincorporate KD and DeAndre Jordan into the lineup as well. So there's already gonna be some chemistry issues. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So adding another new person to that, I don't think particularly helps anyone.
Yeah, that would be an insane trade. I keep hearing trade rumors, but I'm just like, I don't really think anybody.
Well, here's another trade rumor I heard that actually like could happen, but like I think it's like kind of stupid too. The Celtics and the Pacers are talking about swapping Hayward for Oladipo.
Oh, I saw that. That would,
and I think the Celtics would infinitely win that trade. They would have there's no way.
The problem is, he doesn't want to be in Indiana anymore. So
they're trying to like get something.
To try to get at least something that they can. I mean, I don't really see anybody from somebody's team where they would want to give to Indiana,
like for Oladipo.
Other than literally, you could tell Hayward's also more on the decline. He was good when he had that ankle injury.
That ankle injury, dude, it like basically ended his career.
Bro.
Like he's like two different players.
Yep, he's not.
Like he was a totally different player.
I mean,
before
you would
the
expect
ankle.
that though,
bro. That ankle like almost made me sick though.
He
watching
probably
that shit,
plays
just,
with at least sometimes in the back of his head that fear of jumping and landing.
Yeah, like for the rest of his life, probably.
It's always
when he does
be that
anything,
way.
Like you don't know.
So, yep, I would. that would be a definite win for Boston for sure. But I think it would also be a win for Indiana. If Boston can
pull that off and they send Hayward for Oladipo, like they might be my pick to go to the finals.
Right. They were also I saw a trade also with that where they wouldn't just send Oladipo. Maybe Miles Turner would go too.
Ooh.
Right. So it'd be Oladipo and Turner.
And then they get like a pick or something or what? Like
I can't remember. It was Hayward and a pick. I believe.
Sure. Yeah, that makes
it was something like that.
Sense.
That would be sick because Boston really doesn't have a big man. That would plug in their big man slot.
It would be
and
cool.
You would add. Now I don't know.
Well, here's the thing, dude. About Oladipo though, like we agreed that like him coming back from his injury, like he didn't look that great. But like in his last couple of games, where like they had already pretty much lost the series, he looked good. Like he was coming back, bro. So I think having like the regular season to be able to like get integrated into the roster and like get comfortable with playing again regularly, he could return. I think he'll return to form.
The only thing that's weird with that, like, what do? Do you throw him in a starting lineup and then you put Jason Tatum
you start
as
him on
a
the
power
bench.
Forward?
Yeah,
because you have Kemba.
Well, they're running the small man, right? So like, I mean,
but if you get Miles Turner, then you get big man. So,
assuming that they don't, though, right?
Right.
Like,
that would be crazy. So I'm just thinking about how they would he be a starter? Would they say no? You need to come off the bench and work your way into starting?
I think either way they'd start him off the bench just because of his injury and stuff. And then, like, if he can show that, like, he can mesh with the team and incorporate himself well into the roster, then they can start starting him, like, maybe, like, midway, like, around Christmas or something, you know what I mean?
That would be a good trade to me, but I don't think that one really makes sense either, unless for Boston you also get Turner with that.
Sure. Like there's more purpose to
getting Oladipo to me would be like, I'm kind of giving you Hayward for you to give me, like, another Kemba. Like, I don't know if I need that. You know what I mean?
I get it.
Because that's really what it is, another small guard. Who scores, and we already
Oladipo. I think Oladipo, like he plays kind of like Jimmy Butler though. Like he's very much like in the paint kind of guy.
I think he's a better defensive guy.
I think so
sure.
too. Yeah, I think so too.
Than Kemba.
And but like Kemba's kind of like a perimeter dude. You know what I mean? Like Kemba doesn't push the paint too much.
Yeah, I mean that'd be interesting. Miles would have to come for me in order to
like for it to be a good enough deal for you. Yeah,
I mean it. I'm pretty sure they would see Hayward's getting older anyway. I mean, Oladipo's like a better version of Hayward.
But also, like you said, right, if Oladipo wants out anyways, like they might be willing to make a bad trade.
They're gonna have to try to get something. I think Hayward would thrive in like an Indiana Pacers.
Oh sure, he'd be like the starting guy. Him and the other dude,
Sabonis. They still got Sabonis,
Sabonis and the other guy.
They got Brogdon too.
Who?
Brogdon, Malcolm Brogdon.
No. Who's the guy that's been popping off for the Pacers?
Oh, they got T.J. Warren, but nobody's bro. He
so don't believe in T.J.
Well, he got smashed on by Miami.
Well, he did, but what I'm saying is like
he's not
still
gonna
do
that next year. He's not.
Okay,
he's not gonna do that next year. He's literally gonna do what he did those last couple games against Miami.
The bubble king.
13 points, 12 points. All it was, the bubble started off. He was the first player to pop off in the bubble. That's all he is. He is not that player, bro. So for Indiana, if Hayward were to go, you're looking at Brogdon, who's like a 50-40-90 guy could be throughout the season. He's done it.
Yeah.
You have Sabonis coming back from injury. He's like a beast in the paint. He's like not an Embiid, but he can hold his own.
Okay.
He could hold his own. And then you would have Hayward.
That's still pretty high praise.
That'd be all right.
Okay.
That'd be an all right situation. Okay. But if Hayward got a ball out there.
And here's the thing too, right? Like if they pick up Hayward, they're probably making other moves too, right? So like we don't even know what that final roster would look like.
Right.
Okay.
That wouldn't be bad though for Indiana on the East.
Okay. Have there been any other like awesome trades you've heard about, or anything that you'd be like interested in seeing?
I'd like to see Harden get traded.
Where would you like to see him go?
I would like him to go to
the Sixers.
Yeah.
Anywhere else?
I don't see anywhere else like he would fit.
Does Russ stay in Houston?
I think if they traded him, Russ would stay, which would suck because Russ is the one that just got there.
Right.
So it'd be like, dang, Russ, everywhere you go, you just running people off, bro. Like, you know?
Yeah. So, and him and Harden seem to get along too. Like I know, like him and PG-13 had their issues, but like him and Harden seem to get along.
I mean, they get along with like their friends and stuff. But I mean, Russell played like horrible. I mean, James kind of always plays horrible in the playoffs. That's just a thing for him too.
Why is that?
Not as bad as.
Why is that?
I think because Harden goes too hard in the season.
So, like, you think if you were to, like, load manage or something, like, it might be better?
Yeah.
Do you think there's any chance he could start doing that? I think he's got too much pride.
I think that he has too much pride too. He won't do it. But I think that he should take advantage of it. And
like he plays so hard when he plays. You know what I mean? Saying. Like he should take games off,
bro, and he doesn't. And so throughout the regular season, right, he's dropping like 40 points, then 60 points, then 50 points, then 36, and you know what I'm saying? Like the whole season, every game, every year. And then, like, the first round, whoever he plays, he'll usually have the rest left.
Right.
And he goes in. And then after that, bro.
Yeah, he's a real big, like, round 2 exit. Right. Like, they'll get through the first round, and then, like, that's it. And then, like, the second round, it's not even close.
He's tired, bro.
Right.
Like, he's out of it, bro.
Right.
Like, and he looks horrible. And people are like, he sucks. And I'm like, he doesn't really suck. He's done, bro. Like, he drops all these high amount of points per game. Here's the thing, though.
Like, that's kind of his game, though. That's kind of like what makes him good. You know?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So if throughout the season, right, he just chills in like 10 games, right? He plays 72, but he chills for like 10 games. And like
you think like over the season or like towards the end?
So over the season, span him out, like, but at least the last part of the season, he needs to have like 5 games left that he can chill.
I respect that.
Let's say like maybe there's 20 games left in the season. He has 5 to use throughout that 20.
I respect that. Like every 4 games, take a game
something, bro. He's gonna have to incorporate something, bro, to be able to have gas, bro. Because getting Westbrook, that really didn't do anything for him, bro. Like it was still gonna be the same thing.
I always thought from the very beginning that wasn't that big of a pickup. To be honest.
Mean, people said, "Oh, Houston's gonna be this team."
I saw through that from the very beginning.
Like, okay, sure. And what happened, bro? Houston wins that first game.
It's true. Oh,
see, here we go. Houston can beat them. Small ball, blah. And then get them fucking demolished, bro. Like, get off the court, man. Like. So yeah, I mean,
I respect it. I respect your point of view.
Like, I like this. Yeah, I like the Sixers though, but I really wouldn't like him going anywhere else because I don't see anybody else who would offer enough for Harden.
Dude, what if he went to Atlanta to like reconnect with Capella and Trae Young?
Who does Atlanta give up though?
Like nobody. They'd have to give up pick. Well, don't they have like a really high pick right now?
They'd have to give up their entire roster. Like.
Wouldn't that be cool though? That would be super cool. I don't know. I don't know why. Like I really like Trae Young and I really like Clint Capella, and like I'm just like I always get so like this is kind of like how my relationship with the Cleveland Browns has been for a long time. I always get really excited when like a team who's been bad for like a really long time finally starts to come out of it.
And they look pretty good.
Well, it's like I get excited for them because like that's so cool. You know what I mean? Like. I've heard stories of people who have been like the Bengals, bro. Like there are people who have been fans of them their entire lives and like literally never saw a championship.
Right.
And like when's the last time Atlanta's won a championship?
Right.
Have they ever won one? I mean, I'm a little uneducated. But like, have they ever won a championship?
I don't believe Atlanta has one.
That's my point.
No.
You know what I mean? So like I don't know.
Now they've been a good playoff team now.
Right, and here's the thing too, right? So they got Clint Capella and they got Trae Young, so like they have a reason for people to be interested in going there now. You know what I mean? Like they have stars.
Right. Oh, so, they have one ring.
Okay, one ring. When?
1958.
Okay, right. So like almost a century ago.
Like y'all ain't winning again, kind of shit. Yeah. Right. So, right. Yeah. Bro, you know something else interesting I was looking into.
What's that?
Every time Toronto has won, something in the world has happened, like a sickness and plagues, and it's killed people.
That's weird.
Dude, can't remember what I was watching. So I think the first Toronto team that had won something was like their baseball team.
Oh, so you mean the city of Toronto?
Yes, bro.
Okay.
The year right after, something happened. Like, no, these are all worldwide things. Something happened where stuff got out, a lot of people died. So then after that, I think it was their... I don't know. I don't want to say it was hockey. I can't remember. So another sport.
Probably hockey.
Another sport won again, though.
What is it, the Leafs?
I can't remember.
Yeah, whatever.
But then...
Not a hockey show. We're
the
working
next
on
year,
it, though.
something crazy happened. Like, people died, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Toronto won last year. This year, COVID. Like, bro, it all matched up, like, with some crazy shit.
So we need to start making sure that, like,
Toronto just doesn't win, bro. Like, just doesn't win. Yeah. Okay. Like... And the only reason I thought about Toronto because I thought about the 1958 Hawks having that one ring. I don't think Toronto will ever win a basketball ring again. So,
dang, you feel that way about them?
Yeah. So when being like, year,
Like
2080 or 2077, and we'll be looking back at like, dang, Toronto still hasn't won since like 2019.
And things will be great because since they haven't won, there's been no more pandemics
right,
or anything.
Exactly.
And then they'll be in the finals and we'll start sweating, bro.
Right.
Like we won't know.
Right.
Like, oh man,
exactly,
like,
bro.
Buckle the fuck up, man. I'm about to invest in a fucking bunker, dude.
Exactly. Oh man.